Jesse S. says they were playing in WinStar Underground games. Yeah, and we're seeing a lot of WinStar play, like Steven here in particular, Will, JD, Kyle, all these guys used to grind it out in high-stakes WinStar games. But all these Dallas players are flocking to this area now. Got a new player here, looks like Alex. If I do believe, he always wears that white cap majority of the time. Sitting down with stacks, man. He's got 20K in front of him. Just going to basically try and match Steven, who's got the biggest stack, I think, at 25,000. Getting in there with big boy money. Waking up with basically the nuts in his very first hand, picking up big slick suited clubs in the the third blind. Going to just call Rams 3-bet with ace queen offsuit. I don't know. I actually, given the fact that Alex literally sit down to play one hand, I don't think he's going to get a lot of credit for a 4-bet the vast majority of the time. So I actually would have liked to see a 4-bet there, but it's okay to see a flop here when you're sitting this deep with ace-king suited. A lot of good flops for you. That being one of them. Ram flopping a dominated ace, going to c-bet at 100% frequency, I think. Connected board, he's probably going to size up to something like 13, 15K or so. A lot of hands you want to charge, a lot of draws you want to charge, a lot of value targets that you have. Unfortunately, he's going to run right into it against Alex here. Looks like he's actually going for a slightly smaller bet, which also isn't unreasonable. Yes, about 850 or so, little over third pot. This is actually fine. Actually, in retrospect, this is good given there are 3 other players in the pot. You don't want to commit too much of your stack too early with a vulnerable top pair hand whenever there are this many players in the pot. Looks like Alex is thinking about raising here, which I think is also great, and he does. Decides to start polarizing it right now, raises it up big to 2.4K, 3X. I like the size. Bear here. Looks like he's considering a call with a jack. However, I think a lot of the time that would be kind of suicide. But he does have a lot of equity. He's got a heart, king, straight draw, etc. But he lets it go. I think is good. Ram, I don't think he can go anywhere just yet. There's so many draws available on this board. Alex could be doing this with a lot of straight and flush draw holdings. I think he's going to call once and maybe give up on a lot of turn and rivers. Mitch Heck says, is there 10-20 every day? No, but 5-10 shows up pretty often. Did he just call? Okay, he just called. I thought he put in a 3-bet. I was like, wow, that is crazy. I actually don't think that's, I say it's crazy. I don't think it's an actually crazy play to consider a 3-bet there, given the connectedness of this board. 10-20 doesn't show up too much. A lot of these same guys will play a 10-20 on the floor. However, most of the time you're going to see one 5-10 game going, which plays more like a standard 10-20 in other casinos, etc. And most of the games we have are 1-2 and 2-5. 1-2 with a $300 cap, and 2-5 with a match the stack rule. So it's not uncommon to see 5 or 6K on here we go. This is I think we're gonna see stacks go in on this turn, on this river. I actually like Alex's check back a lot here. Whenever he raises that big on the flopping, it's called by Ram. Ram could still have set of jacks, he could still have set of fives, he could still have he could be chopping with ace king, which in that case there's not a lot of purpose in betting again on the turn. However, I think he could have gone for a little more value just to charge. Heart draws exactly. Ram, I love this check as well. He knows that if he donk led into Alex here, I think he would just be value owning himself the vast majority of the time. Still can't get away from it. But I think we're going to see a very big bet from Alex here, something like 5,000 or 6,000, and Ram pretty much snap it off. Let's see what these players decide to do. These guys have played together a lot. They have a little bit of history together. So there could be all kinds of crazy things happening right here. And, yep, there it is. That's what I said. Big bet, 5.7K, snapped off by Ram. You hate to see it. You hate to see it as Ram. Unfortunately, that is just kind of the run out. Will open it up, ace-queen offsuit, under the gun. Folds all the way around. Maybe Ram going to get back in there with the ace-5 suited again. He was in there with his exact hand earlier. It looks like he's going to do that. It looks like he's getting raising chips. That's a big raise there under the gun. Or from an under the gun open. Gonna probably just fold all the way around, given everybody's kind of got rags. Excuse me, Steven now has pocket jacks, and he just makes the call, which I think is fine, given that Will is going to have a very strong range. Ram's going to have an even stronger range after he 3-bets it under the gun open. And Will going to make a very, very easy call with ace-queen offsuit, going 3 ways to this flop here. And Jack's still holding up with an overpair and a backdoor heart draw. However, his heart draw is a little bit dirty right now with Will's ace-queen. Ram got second pair here. Given the fact that he 3-bet pre-flop, even though he flopped a pair, he doesn't have a range advantage too often on this board. However, he could still think that his 8 is good. So be interested to ask him if this bet in his mind was more as a bluff, a continuation bluff, or for value. Could kind of go either way, really. Will's going to show up with a lot of hands just like what he has. Dominated, just overcards that didn't hit the board. Steven going to raise it up. I really like this raise here. Basically says show up with it or fold Ram. However, given the connectedness of this board, Steven could be doing this with a lot of things like Jack-9 suited, etc. That's not a card I think either player loves to see. Be interesting to see what Ram does given the heart peeled off on the turn. Steven raised pre-flop. I would actually expect him to continue here with a blocker and an overpair, especially given that he raised the flop. He kind of would want to balance that well with his continuation betting on the turn with all of his bluffs. But no harm in checking for a little bit of pot control attempt and protection on your hand. Steven now looks like he bets about 3/4 pot, trying to get a lot of value from dominated hearts here. Ram really not loving the situation. No heart in his hand. Hasn't folded just yet, though. Might be doing a little bit of Hollywooding here. But I think it would be bonkers if we saw a raise here as a just pure stone bluff. But Steven could... what did Ram just say? Did he just say all in? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. What a sick play. That is sick, and he shows it. And he shows it. Beautiful. Oh, my goodness. Ram, buddy, that was insane. JD now picking up the birds. I think the 4th time we've seen this hand show up. Everybody gets aces at least once tonight. I think it's required for the live stream. Everybody gets aces at least once. So if you like aces, come play on the live stream. Ram coming along, pocket sixes, going to try and set mine. Bear in the big blind with offsuit ace. Going to go ahead and call. Haven't seen much from him in a while. Pretty card dead. I'm sure he just wants to see a flop. Getting a pretty decent price to do so. Alex in the straddle now with the 5-3 offsuit. Alex loves to play hands like this when he's being afforded a good price. Swirls, pocket ducks. Bear with a... man, this is going to be a crazy action flop. Bear is going to get just demolished on this flop. Top 2 pair versus a set of aces. Why couldn't this happen to me earlier when I flop aces, set of aces on a dry board? It was almost this exact board. I think it was ace 8 something. It might have been this exact board. Why couldn't someone have showed up with ace 8 here? Bear thinking he's going to get all the money in the world here. JD just flat calling. I like that a lot. You're not getting a lot of value whenever you raise here from much. But you love to see when someone's barreling into you when you got the nuts with top set. Bear going for a slight overbet here with top 2. Trying to get a lot of value from other ace X holdings. I actually like his size here a lot. JD, I think, just going to once again make the call. No reason to start polarizing his range yet when you got the nuts. Better to let another player take an aggressive action. Bear, this is actually really good. Bear can't even wait to get his money in, it looks like. It's actually a great card for him on the river. You get all the value in the world from ace 5. JD going to go ahead and jam it. Jam it for the remainder. Bear snapping them off, and JD, that hand just played itself, man. Unfortunate. But Bear kind of getting beat up tonight. However, he hasn't been too active. John Ryan now picking up big slick of hearts in the cutoff.
Ooh, good time to reload.
Good time to reload. You love it. if you knew you were going to just, pick up the nuts pre, it's always a great time to reload. I'm not sure if his cash is in play this hand just yet. It doesn't look like it at the very least. But he's
still says 5.9 on the.
Yeah, still says 5.9 on the graphic. I think he was asking Bryce. He's like, "Hey, is this money in play?" We don't know. Was going to make a.
I think Bryce is giving him some bad news. It seems like.
Yeah, I think so.
Doesn't look like a yes.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't look like a yes. He already dealt the cards, unfortunately. I don't think John Ryan. I think he's being honest and saying like, "Hey, I didn't look in my hand," but it doesn't really matter. Once the cards are dealt, doesn't matter. But yeah, this is kind of what I feel like is exactly what everybody's saying. It's like, does he have the money on the table? We don't know.
Wow, there's some big hands coming up.
Big hands coming up now.
Ace King Steven already called the 3, and Will already called.
The cash.
Oh, 2 call. Will 2 call. I'm sorry. The action's on Will.
Yeah, the action's on Will. Looks like Steven has already called with pocket 4s, which is fine. Trying to set mine. But they're just trying to figure out how much money John Ryan's got in play.
Yeah.
Money is in play. We were just told the money is in play, so that is just fine. Will asking, is that money in play? Great. I'm going to 3-bet you. I'm going to 3-bet you. Makes a big one. 5x here. I like the sizing. Pretty standard. Will with actually a slightly underpipped ace-king. John Ryan got a suited hand.
I think John's going to want to bang this back just to get Steven out of the pot.
Absolutely.
And then he'll be free-rolling Will. I think how this is going to go.
Well, he is in position. I wouldn't actually fault just a flat call here and seeing this in position.
And that's what he did.
Yeah, I think so. And yeah, this money is in play, guys. I know it's a little ambiguous at the moment, but we did just have it confirmed that money is in fact in play. Steven going to go and come along and try and set mine with pocket 4s. I think a lot of the time you can let this go, given how much, given the large raise size and being out of position, but it's not too crazy. We've seen. And he gets there. Oh my God, this is gonna be a massive flop for Steven. Oh
Steven
man,
looks over, tries to look nonchalant now.
Yeah, he's like, "Oh, I'm glad that money's in play now." Oh my gosh.
I'll just check it to the 3-better pre-flop.
Yeah. Oh man. Will's obviously going to continue here. Wouldn't be crazy to see John Ryan. Oh my God. Is he just jamming? He jams it. Oh no. In. What? Man. Steven's going to have to do some real tanking. Oh no. What do I do here?
Well, we do have the cameras on. Let's see some Hollywood. Let's see some Hollywood, Steven.
Let's see it, buddy. Man, this is going to be crazy. It's going to be a big pot going. Shipped straight over to Steven. Basically, John Ryan and Will are going to be drawing to King, which is so unlikely. Steven doesn't waste too much time and calls pretty quickly. Will actually in a terrible spot now. This board is so dry. Yes. Yeah. Sitting there having to think like you have a set or absolutely like nothing. The board is so dry. What could you have? Ace King's the nuts on this board. Oh man, this is the biggest pot we've seen all night. We're currently at 22.8K, and it actually looks like
Will's reaching for him.
Will's reaching for him. Man, this is the worst spot. I don't see how you can fold. I really don't.
It'd be a massive fold.
It would be an absolutely massive fold.
But even he can tell that he's not ahead.
Yeah, I think he knows it. Somebody has him crushed.
Everyone has him crushed, actually.
Yeah, it's all right, he's chopping with John Ryan. Oh, no, he makes the reluctant call, but he's got to see it. Oh, man. Oh, man. That's disgusting. Will going to get stacked. They're drawing to the remaining 2 kings in the deck. Or, yeah, that's it. Those are their only
running flush for.
Oh yeah, we're running flush for John Ryan. Yeah, correct.
About the same amount of odds on both of those happening.
Yeah. John Ryan's got a 5% chance to still spike this hand. Will's got the 1% running to chop with John Ryan for King. Yep.
Is Steven going to run it twice?
They're going to run it twice for the side part. They're going to let him do that. Look like John Ryan had Will covered, so I don't think they're going to run it twice. No, there's no way they're going to let him run it twice. There's no way. I don't know how they would do it.
If you're Steven, I wouldn't even want to.
Oh, heck no.
Let's just get this over with. No. Let me scoop a big pot.
Yeah, exactly. You don't. Yeah, I mean. Let
me have the joy of winning.
Man. Oh. Okay. It doesn't matter. Steven's going to win the vast majority of the time here, but I wasn't sure how that even worked. Wow, that is the largest pot we've seen tonight, guys. 29.7K, 30 grand. There's a car sitting in the middle of this table being slid right over to Steven.
Nice, Steven. Nice hand.
Just popped a set right there on the flop.
Closing action on the flop, just calls with the fours and just binks the joint.
Banks it so much. Man.